So I've said in previous videos that I don't like kids, which is a problem for my two sisters who have them, and they get mad at me because I don't interact with them. Between my sisters, there are 3 children under the age of 4 who sometimes visit my house, and when they do, I avoid them. I'll usually stay downstairs, or if I'm forced to hang around them, I don't make eye contact or talk to them, and I get demonized for that, as if there's something wrong with it. But I never chose to have kids like they did. Their vaginas were the contract, and their partner's sperm was the signature. They willingly sold their souls in a deal with the devil to create small plague-carrying monsters in their image, and I'm suffering the consequences by proximity. My sisters take it as a personal insult, like how dare I not love their spawn as much as they do. But why should I? People act like there's some unspoken kinship bond between every member of our species, like it's unspeakable not to instantly love every shit machine that breaks the gap. My sister's baby humans were born and are living completely separately from my own existence. What's an uncle anyway? Not a blood relative. Sure, some of the blood that is in me is also in them, but none of my blood is in them, which is probably a really good thing. Last thing I need is some little me's running around. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm a really big fan of myself, but I would hate qualities of myself in other people. If that doesn't make sense, I don't know how to improve it. So I don't feel like my sister's kids should be exempt from my all-encompassing dislike of kids just because they're nearby. That's why I do my part and ignore them instead. They should be grateful. Animals, on the other hand, are God. I would give ISIS our country's nuclear launch codes before I ever physically hurt a cat or dog. I feel more connected to my pets than I do my siblings, and that's for the simple reason that you can choose your pets. Familial ties are a lot stronger when you have some say in who they attach to. Have a deadbeat dad and people telling you you're supposed to love them? Fuck them. If they understood a damn thing, they wouldn't advise dooming you to perpetual disappointment. I feel obligated as a disclaimer to say that my dad is fine. It's my sister that sucks ass. She's been living with me and my parents for a while as her divorce continues to finalize, an event which, by the way, was a complete and utter lack of a surprise. We have an ongoing feud in our house right now about whether or not she should be allowed to physically abuse our dog whenever she wants. She has a 3-year-old son and a 1-year-old daughter who also stay with us half of every week. Her son is either going to grow up to be a bully or a serial killer, thanks in part to him inheriting the fathering blood of a fucking douchebag, and the mothering blood of someone who thought it was a good idea to marry a fucking douchebag. The kid is violent, he bites people, and his mother is too busy leading by example on our dog to do anything concrete about it. So our home is filled with negative energy, our dog is stress pissing on the carpet being treated like a second-class citizen, and I wake up to whining and crying every day. It's a week before Christmas, and they get to be here until April, maybe even later. A treat for us all. So if my upload schedule seems to be slowing down it's because I have a lot of home bullshit to deal with, in addition to the fact that I have almost no games I feel like recording. I've said before that I'm the black sheep of the family. I never got 4.0 GPAs, more of a 2.9 kind of guy. I'm not going to college because no path I see any of my potential entertainment-based career options taking involves anything college-related at all. One of my sisters is a bona fide born-again Christian taking trips across state lines for special prayer circles or whatever the fuck, while my sister who kicks puppies has started going to church, as some do when they hit rock bottom because they feel it is unacceptable for their lives to suck in any capacity and seek to rectify that obvious mistake via any source possible. Meanwhile, I'm 60% nihilist, 40% atheist. Sure, I don't think there's a God, but that opinion is eclipsed by not giving a shit. Fact is, if some omnipotent force revealed itself to me to be God beyond any reasonable doubt, I couldn't be bothered to worship it anyway, and would just prefer it leave me alone. Problems with authority and the like. The list of opposite spectrum differences between me and my parents' previous iterations of birth goes on and on. It's almost like I'm from another planet. My tendencies thought strange and not fully understood by my unwitting adoptive human family. We've probably all felt that way. Isn't it so fucking weird to be you? You're the only person whose actions you have direct brain control over. You can make decisions that affect the lives of people around you who, let's face it, could easily be computer simulations in some deep-ass extreme virtual reality. All you know for sure is who you are. And do you even know that? Are you truly free to influence the world, or are the events in your life the result of a pre-programmed fate algorithm? Make no mistake, I fucking hate everything I just said, because talks of destiny and purpose are as pointless to muse about as anything because nobody has the answers. I'll say it again, nobody has the answers. Anyway, the goal of my life is to live beyond well, even though the risks of that pursuit terrify me. So that's going to do it for this stream of consciousness. If you enjoyed it, you can like, share, and subscribe, as I'm obligated to remind you at the end of every video, as that supposedly helps people actually do it. And I'll see you guys next time.